welcome back to Brains Report. I'm Erin Brains, James Brains, and today we're going to cover the Weber Searwood XL 600. Now, I usually am the one that does the grilling and the smoking, but the devices that I use don't have to be plugged in. So I have not used this at all, and James has done all of the testing because he is more of the electronics kind of person. And he's gonna teach me, please teach me today, how to use this thing so that I can regain my rightful throne. I give you permission to mansplain how to grill to me this one time.
Thank you, Erin. It is great to be here. I am awful at grilling, but this makes me feel like a pro. I don't have like your intuitive sense of grilling, and you're amazing at that. But this goes for like the math whiz, vaguely autistic crowd who like needs numbers and measurements and stuff, and so it's right up my alley. So Erin,
Yes.
first you're gonna want to put some pellets in this baby.
Oh, it's a wood pellet grill.
Yeah.
Or
So
smoker.
you pop it in here. This baby holds 15 or 20 pounds of pellets at a time. I know all this stuff. So, reason I had issues is I've only been able to fit 15 pounds in here, but they say it fits 20. I don't know. Right here, the controls aren't the most intuitive. Hopefully we'll show you a photo as we're editing. I usually just mash the buttons until it looks like it's gonna let me choose a temperature. Oh, I'm explaining to you. Sorry. So yeah, flashing temp. I think that means I can do it. Yeah.
So there's only two buttons. You just do that, and then you use the knob. It's a button and a knob.
Yeah.
And you have to plug it in, which is wild.
And I think that's a good burger grilling temp. That's what we're making tonight. And then you press that to confirm, and it starts heating. Fair warning, we kind of heated it a little bit ahead of time, so we wouldn't have to sit here for a bit. In general, though, it does preheat pretty quickly, especially like compared to smokers. So yeah, this is the Searwood XL 600, and it costs $1,200. So it's pricey, but it holds a lot. It's almost 1,000 square inches, Erin.
That is a big grill.
Yeah, that's a lot of real estate.
Now tell me, like, it's not just a grill though. It also smokes, because you've made some amazing smoke stuff, which I'm feeling it's been hard for me to let go and enjoy your smoked goods, but you have done a good job with that.
Thank you. Yes, it has a temperature range of 180 degrees Fahrenheit to 600 degrees also Fahrenheit. And so yeah, you can smoke. I have smoked a lot of stuff. I did kind of my standard test is drumsticks. I do them at 250 degrees, get them seasoned real nice. And it took about 90 minutes, and everyone was clamoring for them.
You were amazing.
Yeah, then we gave a bunch to the neighbors because I wanted to fill up the grill, and the neighbors loved it. We also did pulled pork, again 250 degrees, and that took about 9 hours, and turned out like amazing again. If you have no clue how to do any of this, you can just follow along in the app. It's got a user-friendly app. Right now we're filming with my phone, which has the app, but we'll show you some screenshots of what the app looks like. Another thing that was absolutely amazing was the brisket. I did a 17-pound brisket. I don't know why I did that much, because it's like we're the only two people who eat brisket. So I ended up having to go to a party, which sucks because I don't like being social, but it helps showing up with like this amazing brisket, which they loved. That was one that went overnight. That was an overnight cook, and it went without a hitch.
Now, one of the things that is a real benefit that I've noticed, like, because I've smoked stuff for all day, like, and I'll get up really early to do a brisket so that I can get that full thing, is that I wouldn't leave my, classic charcoal smoker going overnight. That would give me an anxiety. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would absolutely be concerned about burning the entire neighborhood down. But this is so contained. And we checked on it, like, before we went to bed and everything. But, like, it's not, like, all of the heat is being generated here for the most part, right? It's not, like, throwing out a bunch of sparks and dropping stuff out of the bottom and, like, doing all the things that, like, maybe some of the more classic kind of smokers might do, which was really nice. Like, so you can do a really long cook on something without freaking out and thinking about, burning everything down to the ground.
Good point, Aaron. Like, you could have the application set to send you notifications and sleep with your phone on disturb, so that you can hear those notifications if something were to go awry, such as you run out of wood pellets, which I didn't. Like, I filled it up at the start, lasted throughout the entire cook, which was at least 16 hours. It was a long one. Another thing is grilling, which is what we're going to show you. I have not been impressed with the grill marks so far. That might just be because we keep the grill clean, and so there isn't a bunch of burned carbon on there to create grill marks. So I recommend not cleaning your grill ever if you want good grill marks. But it does get like a good sear at least, which is more important in my book. We did some New York strip steaks last weekend, and
delicious.
Yes.
Really quick. Like, I feel like it wasn't like, usually I cook steaks in the cast iron on the stove, and it's quick that way, I think, because then there's not all the getting ready. But I can't get over, like, the wood pellet, like, contained thing of it all, is that it's so easy to just kind of, like, turn it on, get it preheated, and then use it without it being like, okay, gotta get the charcoal out, gotta get the, right char on the charcoal, gotta, do all of those different things. So
yeah, babysitters will not like this because you don't need to babysit. It works. It's all self-contained, great for beginners, and versatile. And I noticed I take measurements of the temperatures along while it's cooking, and with a long smoke you want the temperatures to stay consistent, and this maintains consistent temperatures for long periods of time. Do we want to talk about some negatives while we're...
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
we're just sitting here waiting for it to heat up.
Yeah, usually, higher temperatures, it can take up to 15 minutes, we found. But one thing I don't like, I mentioned the controls are kind of confusing. It's got icons and stuff that, I don't know. It says in the user manual what those mean, but I don't know. So yeah, you maybe keep the user manual nearby or do everything with the app, which you can do, and that works better. Another issue is if you like things very smoky, you can boost this. You can choose the smoke boost function. Unfortunately, you can only use that at 180 degrees Fahrenheit.
So there's only like one temperature that it does, and you can't choose when you want to boost that smoke.
Yeah, which might be good for finishing or starting. I think finishing would probably work better. Mentioned the So-So grill marks, and I also mentioned the pellet. I don't know if I mentioned, but Weber says you have to use their wood pellets in this, and they're like $20 for 20 pounds, which if you don't like taking a walk on the wild side, go for that. I like to walk on the wild side. We went with Kirkland, which is $17 for 40 pounds, so it costs less for twice as much.
But you do have to have a Costco membership, so
true.
That factors in. But we love Costco. We go there enough that it really doesn't add an additional charge because we're gonna go there anyways, and it's super convenient and definitely like a giant bag for very cheap.
Yeah, and they've worked fine in this. I've also used Kingsford, which also worked fine, so you don't have to buy the expensive stuff. The setup, it comes in a big old box, and you'll want them to drop it off kind of close to where you're going to assemble it, because this thing weighs 158 pounds assembled, and it delivered in the box with pellet, it's about 200 pounds. It took about 90 minutes to set up. You can use the Built app, B-I-L-T, to like
Guide
see
you
like
through.
yeah, like it's got 3D interactive instructions. I just like using the user manual, and that worked fine. 30 minutes of the assembly was just taking all the packaging apart. Every little piece is is wrapped in plastic, and so you gotta remove that plastic. And connecting to the app only took about 5 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty awesome like that.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
325.
Yeah, maybe we'll finish up with us putting the burgers on. Or do we want to put? I mean, we're close. We could put the burgers on and just show them cooking. And,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll.
You want us to open this baby up? We haven't even shown you the inside yet. Oh, wait. We've got other things we can show them about the outside, though. So another thing that I don't like about doing a traditional smoke is that you've got like an oil pan at the bottom, or whatever that catches all the drippings and stuff, and you have to clean that out. And it's usually and we have a Weber like egg style smoker that I've been using for a couple of years now.
The Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, the Smoky Mountain. I don't like cleaning that out. It's really gross, and like the water somehow is, I don't know, it's all really gross. But this has a really nice little thing that has a disposable grease catcher, so you can just let that fill up and then throw it in the garbage, and you're good to go as far as the cleanup. And it's so easy, and it catches it all. The one thing you do need to make sure is that it's in all the way, because James did not have it in all the way once, and then grease kind of got all over the bottom. But it wiped up really easy. It wasn't that hard.
That's a constant problem for me, not having it in all the way.
Okay, open it
That
up.
wasn't a joke. Here we go. We've got up top, we got down low. I would recommend, we already cleaned, but when you get started, you want to like do some of that right before you go. And I also like to rub a little olive oil. But we're trying to keep things like my underwear here, boxer brief. So we'll just pop these on.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like, so you know it's hot. It sounds like the depths of hell.
I feel like a wooden spatula would work better putting it on.
Okay.
But yeah.
With our powers combined.
It's teamwork. And you can also see that it kind of works in the rain. We're starting to get some rain. It'll maybe make it a little less hot. It's been in the 90s, heat index of 100, but we've got a cold front coming in from the west.
Oh, and non-stop thunderstorms for the next couple of days. So if we're lucky, in addition to the trains and the traffic and maybe an ambulance that you'll hear, you'll get to hear some thunder too. So that's how you know that we're real and not AI.
Ah!
You're doing it, genius.
I haven't cussed yet. I really don't want to get contaminate my hands for this video. And that's why I'm being kind of precious about.
There's one more over here.
There we go. Not a lot of counter space here. I'm just going to set it there. Let me show you something really cool. It comes with 2 probe thermometers. You plug them in here, and then you can like poke them into the meats. It's better for thicker cuts of meat, like get a long smoke. It's amazing. It tells you when it's done. What more do you need?
That's amazing, and that must make the app so much more functional because they're not just seeing like how much temperature the thing is, but what your actual meat is. It shows you on the app, right?
Yeah. It'll show you anything you want.
Do you want to close this?
Yeah, it seems like it loses some heat when you open it, which is kind of a negative. Not a huge deal if you're like doing a smoke.
James.
It gets back, but
No. If you're looking, it's not cooking.
yeah.
I've watched
I learned that
enough.
from you.
I've learned it from every single person who's ever smoked anything on TV. All right, so we've got our burgers on there. Now, we didn't take up all of the space, babe. I think we should put something else on.
What? Aaron. Oh, we've got vegetables.
Look at how healthy we are.
And you get some of the Zook seasoning onto the burgers, which highly recommend. I think I could talk about alternatives right now. So I said this is the Searwood XL 600. There is just the Searwood 600 without the XL. It's about 30% smaller as far as grill space, and it costs about $300 less. So I kind of wish I had the smaller one because we don't make a ton of food. We keep having to give food away and go to parties, which I'm not a fan of. Another alternative is Traeger, of course. They're the big names in pellet grills. They have the Ironwood XL and the Woodridge Elite. Those are both similar in size to this, but they'll cost you like $500 to $800 more. Plus, Weber's a great name. Like I remember my dad using a Weber grill and just burning the crap out of everything because he had too much to drink. R.I.P. Dad. Yeah, I love this. Like it makes me enjoy grilling, which is new for me.
I don't know. I feel like we watched a Food That Built America episode that showed Weber being the original grill.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
grilling is very
For
much
consumers.
like an American thing, and having like charcoal grills,
Barbecue.
barbecuing and
Yeah.
stuff. That's definitely cooking outside, like peasants.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
but it definitely was something that, like,
fire does great things.
yeah.
Yeah, I love how versatile this is. It is easy to use despite the display being very confusing to people like me. The smart features are amazing and it's been reliable. It connects every time. I haven't had any issues with connectivity. Yeah, and despite the negatives, and despite the price, I don't spend a lot of money on stuff, but I would seriously consider buying this baby.
Wait. So as far as the rest of the cook goes, we're probably just going to cut to the part where we're done and showing it to you. But yeah, how far do you think? I mean, let's look at it. They're not quite ready to flip yet, but they're getting there.
If you're doing temp stuff, that's me, but this is where I need your eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you do real good burgers, though. That's kind of your jam.
I did the steak well.
You did the steak perfectly. That was delicious. And very, the perfect amount of kink in the middle, so.
I know.
Yeah, I know you know. But we're
I
going to
don't know
flip
why you're
it.
telling me.
We're going to put some cheese on some of them. We're going to flip the stuff, and then we'll show you what it looks like at the end.
This isn't sweat, it's raining.
It's also really hot, and then it sprinkles a little bit, so. Yeah, and then we can talk about what it looks like to turn it off, because I still don't know how that works, because if it was just me left to my own devices, I'd just unplug it, but I think that there's a little more to that, so we'll be back.
Call your mom.
All Alright, we've got all of our burgers and our squash all taken care of here.
I hope you called your mom.
James finally put on his best apron.
Yeah, it's got a little stain on it. So
Show me how to turn it off.
yes, I will. There's like a 15-minute turn-off cycle. I'm not sure what goes on then. It just counts down, and you're kind of wondering, is the world about to end? But again, you just kind of start mashing buttons. Push that.
It's not this little, is this the touch screen?
No, it's not.
Okay. So you mash the buttons.
Yeah, that's not the right thing. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Now, oh, almost there. Now the power button's flashing. That's when you press the.
You press the dial.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now it's counting down. I like to use this heat so it doesn't go to waste. I like to use it to toast my buns. Oh, and here's another tip. I recommend putting an ungodly amount of garlic salt in your burgers. It just tastes amazing. I recommend
Lowry's.
Lottery.
Lowry's.
And yeah, once you feel like you've put in enough, double that, and then it'll be good.
I'm ready for you to make a burger.
Okay. I would like to make a burger. What in the comments below? Tell us what you like on your burger. All-time favorite for me is either cheese and bacon or this stuff called olive sauce.
Ooh, olive burgers, they're a Midwest classic, along with, well, specifically a Michigan classic.
Especially Lansing.
Especially Lansing. And maybe Flint a little bit, Grand Rapids a little bit, but also Faygo. I like to drink that with my burger.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, we helped make Lansing the olive burger capital of the world, just with our maniacal schemes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great place to try a good burger. So if you like something tangy and a little salty, a little saucy.
Ooh, almost there. We'll give it another minute.
Yeah.
Typically I like to slather it a little with butter, but once again we're doing stuff for video, and we gotta do certain things for expediency.
And our house is all the way over there. The butter's inside. We didn't bring everything out. Like, that'd be insane.
Yeah, it's true.
Or it would require the
Like, I'd need
forethought that we
mayonnaise.
don't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna make you eat this on camera
Okay.
without butter or mayonnaise.
I'm just
which
glad
you
the
obviously
meat's going down
definitely.
a little bit. Did we?
Yeah, show the meat. So once we flipped it, we put some yummy white cheddar on there. We had the slices, and James folded them up so that they didn't all melt into the actual grill. And it's a sharp white cheddar, delicious. And we've got all of the squash there. We took that off at the same time.
And you'll notice the grill marks aren't that great. Okay, now I can eat one.
Yeah, do it.
Pop this baby open. Everything is so hot.
All right,
And
pick a cheeseburger.
there we go. Here we go. There we go.
Roma
Some more.
tomato.
I just need one.
All right, enjoy.
Local. Oh, hello.
All right. Bye.
Oh.